Do you want to pay less tax? Then I have a challenge for you. Properly understand and calculate your input tax credits. What the heck are ITCs? Input tax credits, also known as ITCs, are the GST or HST you pay on purchases. For example, if you go to the store and purchase $100 in office supplies, if you live in BC, the seller will tack on an extra 5% GST for a total bill of $105. The $5 in GST is called an input tax credit, or ITC for short. Input tax credits are awesome because you can claim them as a refund. GST or HST paid on business purchases can be claimed back from the CRA. That's right, for once, the CRA will give you money. What do you need to claim ITCs? So now that we know ITCs are awesome, what do you need to claim them? Well, you need 3 things to get your refund. Number 1, you need to be registered. To claim ITCs, you will need to be registered with the CRA to collect GST or HST from your customers. If you are not registered for GST, HST, you cannot claim input tax credits. So before making big purchases like equipment, consider getting a GST, HST account. One further tip is to also make sure you are selling non-exempt GST items. Residential housing, long-term rentals, most health, medical, and dental services, childcare services, legal aid services, many education services, music lessons, and most financial and insurance services are exempt from GST, HST. You cannot claim ITCs on your business purchases related to selling these items. But if you didn't hear your business industry listed, then you are good to go. So make sure you are registered for a GST, HST account. Number 2. You need to have detailed receipts. ITCs can only be claimed if you keep proper documentation. What does CRA want to see? A detailed receipt with both the amount of GST paid and the seller's GST, HST number. A credit or debit card slip won't do. You will need to ask your barista, server, or supplier for a detailed receipt. Why is this important? Because some expenses, like insurance, don't have GST or HST. They are exempt from sales tax, and if you claim input tax credits on these items, you will end up with a nasty audit surprise. If you don't have a detailed receipt or don't see GST, HST on the bill, then don't claim input tax credits. Number 3, you will need to keep proper bookkeeping records. So what does proper bookkeeping look like? Well, let's go back to our $105 office expense example. Your bookkeeping should be separating the $100 of office supplies from the $5 of GST paid into separate categories, columns, or accounts. This separation will eventually lead to a total amount of input tax credits that you can use on your GST, HST remittance to claim a refund from the CRA. Many business owners don't properly set up their bookkeeping and end up missing out on thousands of dollars in ITCs. For an easy solution, consider our small business Excel template available on our website. Now that you are registered for GST, HST, have kept detailed records, and have some good-looking bookkeeping, let's claim your refund. How to claim your ITC refund. So, how do you go about claiming this magical ITC refund? Well, input tax credits are claimed on your GST, HST remittance. In other words, you'll need to file your GST, HST return to claim your refund. When you prepare your monthly, quarterly, or annual GST, HST remittance, you'll detail your total sales, declare any GST, HST you've collected from your customers, and identify your input tax credits that you've paid on business purchases. The total ITCs you've been cataloging will offset GST or HST you've collected from customers. For example, if you collected $75 of GST, HST from your customers, but also paid $50 in input tax credits, you only have to pay the CRA $25. In this instance, your ITC refund is reducing your tax bill, and you pay less tax. Now, things get even better if you have more ITCs. Let's say you cataloged $125 of ITCs. When you file your remittance, you'll offset the $75 of GST HST collected from your customers with the $125 or GST HST you've paid on purchases. Then CRA will send you a check for the $50 difference. In this instance, your ITC refund resulted in cash received. Alright, that is all I have for today on input tax credits. I hope this video has helped you understand ITCs and how you can pay less tax. I will see you in another video. Bye for now.